Hey man, looky here, man. First of all, I would just like to say that all you ugly motherfuckers. I'm kidding. I'm just imitating Busy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony, and you call them motherfuckers. You ugly motherfuckers are not gonna be standing there clowning me while I'm on stage. Um, Sorry about that. I'm not gonna repeat that again. It was just I woke up this morning saying that shit. So so anyways, man, my bad. But I will say this: fuck the Illuminati. But what I mean by that, I say that with all due respect. But fuck the Illuminati. Mostly because of their ridiculous, nonsensical views on genders and the opposite sex. Um, I don't know. I'm not trying to simp. It's just at some point you gotta realize that all this hate is craziness, man. There's some girls that are crazy, of course, but just let them be crazy. I mean, like, just let them be crazy, man. The punishment does not equate to the crime, I believe. You know what I mean? Because there's women that crushes men heart and basically rip their heart out of their chest and drinks the blood pumping out of it. you know that happens, but you know uh, it happens a lot, and that's the reason why we have what we have today. It's one of the reasons. It's not the main reason, but it's one of the reasons. And because there's that, and there's just plain and simple dude's a scumbag. He's a psychotic, crazy, women hating some bitch, and there are gays everywhere. There's some gay gangsters, man. Like there's some homosexual gangsters, bro. Like I'm not saying that to make fun of gangsters, bro. Like there's some guys that are. I'm not making fun of him. I'm not making fun of homosexuals or gangsters. I'm saying there's there's gangsters that like men. They prefer to be with men. Um, so that has to add a little bit to, because if you're sitting there's three straight guys, there's two gay guys, there's this girl that nobody likes, who's gonna defend her? I mean, the gay guy might, because he might have some morals and some principles, or the straight guys would, but there's still a high ratio and percentage of that shit not happening. Um, and I think this whole bullshit comes from the Illuminati. I think they generate these kind of events in the hood, outside of the hood, and in and around town, just to make you live in fear. I don't think regular people that's how they act. I think these guys are gangster spies. I think they're plants. They've infiltrated. The Illuminati's always been in gangs. Period. The Illuminati always been in gangs since the time of the Jacobins, right? And before that, because they got dispersed by Weissops. They got disbanded by the Weissops, and then you know, that might not be true. I might be mistaken with the name. It's not White Sox, or it could be the White Sox. But anyway, they got disbanded in the early 1300s, 1200s, and shit. And then they had to, be an occult um, group. They couldn't be on the forefront anymore, right? On the 14th century, yeah, 14th century, because and then they took out. It was Louis. They took out Louis, King Louis. They took out actually more than one king of France. They took out Louis and the one that was with Mary. There was Mary Antoinette, Louis, and there was another one. And they took out the goddamn guy from the back, Jean Paul II. They took out Jean Paul II. So that time they used the mafia to take out Jean Paul II. Apparently, it wasn't the FBI that used the mafia to take out. It was the P2 movement. The P2 movement took out Jean Paul II. So the Illuminati's always been in line with the streets because they understand that in order to grow, they have to plant their seeds into the ground. And when we're talking about society, the ground is concrete. It's the concrete jungle. It's the hoods. It's the boppers, the savages, the ratchet guys, the gangsters. So those guys understood that shit. We don't know that shit because we're not from the concrete jungle. So we always underestimating the Illuminati when the shit happens. We always thinking like, man, that can't be Illuminati, man. Shit, man. Man, blah blah blah. Yes, it is. Yeah, but that's my bro. No, it's not. You think it's your brother. It looks like it's your brother, but it's not your brother. So, normal people that think with a brain would never do something like that. And even if they did, they learned it from somewhere. The question is, where did they learn it from? It wasn't from me. Guys like me that would sell dope and shoot people in the face don't feel like raping nothing. Well, not. you know, whatever. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm wilding. But you get what I'm saying. I don't feel like raping shit. You know, and even if I did, I don't think I want to make money doing that shit. Like, what I mean? Like, I don't think, it might be like an accident or some shit. Well, an accident. I didn't fall on the girl or some shit like that. But what I'm saying is, I wouldn't make it a business. I mean, it would be like I was weak, and it was like the worst moment of my life. You know what I mean? Like, this super depressed, super weak, vulnerable and shit. And I just need to take it, cause if I don't take it, I got shit. I feel like I'm garbage, right? So that's one thing. That's one aspect of it. But you have, and this is important to understand. I know I'm saying some really fucking savage, ratchet shit right now, but you need to fucking understand that crap. Cause the shit that you're seeing is the Illuminati. It's not normal people. They just look and dress like normal people, but it's not normal people. They are confusing the masses. They are doing it on purpose. It's a it's a way to control people's minds. It's a way to control society. You get people scared, they use the government. If they're scared enough, they're gonna trust the government because they're gonna think the government is gonna help them. The government ain't gonna do shit. These motherfuckers are gonna keep doing what the fuck they doing, and everybody's gonna be sitting here confused about who's doing what to who. That's what's going on. So yeah, Lil Wayne's on under investigation. Nick Cannon just lost his child. 3 6 Mafia. I don't know what's gonna happen to them, but anyways, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in 3 6, man. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Somebody's gonna die. Like somebody's gonna die, bro. Like that. Anyway, I don't know who. Somebody gonna die. That's what it feels like. And the worst part is I don't even know which side I'm supposed to be on. Because Bone Thugs and Harmony, they're on the ground, supposedly, or they want to be. They want to be on the ground. But y'all niggas the same dudes. Y'all be chilling with each other since I don't know when. You knew or you know what was going on a long time ago. There's 36 Mafia have been always been talking about pimping. I'm not saying they were doing shit like that. I didn't say they were treating women like that since back in the days. I doubt it. But maybe they recently started, not too long ago, a couple years ago. It was a couple years ago, easy. But it wasn't all the whole time. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. That shit is fucked up, man. I'm gonna still listen to 3 6 Mafia anyway, even though one of them is gonna die, cause I like their music and shit, and that's not what I. And if I listen to the fucking music, it's out of respect because that's not what I wanted for these motherfuckers at all. That is not the kind of life that I wanted these guys to live in or by. It is not the kind of mindset that I wanted these guys to adopt, at all. You know, they're real dudes. They're some real dudes. Bone Thugs is real dudes. And 36 some real dudes too. So I'm kind of like, what's going on here? Like why is these guys losing their fucking minds here? So, anyways, like what's going on, man? Like what's going on? Anyway, I'm still reading the room, I guess, but 3 6 Mafia is in trouble. I can guarantee you that shit. They they're in deep, bro. Uh, but it's just Bone Thug, man. Like, hey, man, that man, shit, y'all fucking me up with that shit, man. Cause y'all niggas is the same niggas. Y'all niggas is the same niggas, man. So something happens to 3 6, and you know you sitting there, and you know I mean, I understand you want to change and shit, but maybe you should talk about you changing instead of snitching on people. Because that's snitching right there. That I call that's snitching right there, man. Like, you know, it kind of is. It kind of is. I would do the same thing. I would have done the same. Well, I don't know. It's complicated, man. But I would have done the same thing. But shit, man. I mean, because if a girl comes out and says da 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 da, Bone Thugs did this to me, after something happens to 3 6 Mafia, man, that's some fucking, everybody's gonna be confused as a MFer, dude, including me. I'm gonna be like, oh man, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Is this a contest, nigga? Like, shit. And I don't trust none of these guys, man. They're all, I mean, like, I can't, you can't, how can you trust any of these guys, man? Like, how can you trust any of these guys? First of all, let's check this out, right? Look at the history of hip hop, right? The only motherfuckers that had the right, the only people that had the right to rap were people that were saying stupid things on tracks, right? It's only in the beginning of the 80s that people could have had an actual message in their music, right? And then the 90s, the 80s went into this whole gangster shit, and that fucked hip hop up all the way up, and and the gangster shit took over, and the 90s came in, and the gangster shit was still popping and was still there. Tupac and Death Row and even Bad Boys with Biggie and all that shit, right? It was still popping, man. And South music was popping, Dirty South music was popping, and motherfuckers from Atlanta and shit like that. Outkast, with their pimpalicious, scandalicious styles, and um, so there's never been an era in hip hop where you could say real shit. So, so that includes Bone Thugs, man. Y'all came into hip hop talking about that gangster shit. And that's the only way you could have gotten in there, man. So you can't tell me you didn't know, man. You can't tell me you didn't know, man. You can't be, man. You know who you rolling with, man. This is history. So I don't know what kind of game they're playing, or if it's a game they're playing. It looks like they're playing a game. It looks like they're playing a game, bro. I don't trust these guys. I wouldn't trust these guys with a 10-foot pole. I mean, I don't trust them as far as I can throw them, man. Um, you know, so this some heavy shit, bro. Like, this some heavy shit. So, anyways, man, I'm gonna you look for me. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. You're not gonna get a lot of tolerance from me on specific things. Like what 3 6 Mafia did was a grotesque show. It shouldn't have happened. I don't know why they did that on stage. They should have done that shit in person. I don't know why they brought that to the whole crowd. That was like, I don't get it. But it should have been personal. That shouldn't have been, they shouldn't have involved everybody in this shit. I shouldn't have been involved in this shit because I don't know what your problem with Busy Bone is, and I don't know what Busy Bone's problem is with you is. I have no idea. I haven't got a single clue, man. So, these guys are fighting for their masters right now. So these niggas are angry because they're not getting their royalties. They're not getting their royalties, so now they're airing out things. And now the Illuminati is firing back at them because they want to get their masters back, right? I don't know if I should help. Nobody knows if they should help you, man. How can we trust you? We don't know that shit. Do you see what they're doing to us? I mean, y'all are trying to get cops to get out of cities so people can get killed and shit. They did that shit in Chicago. Crime rate went up 100%. There's no place in the world where the crime rate is at 100%, bro. There's high level of criminality in certain areas, but there's no place in the world where the crime rate is at 100%, bro. Like, what the fuck? Y'all making us, getting us to go put syringes in our bodies, put medication in our bodies. We don't know what the medication is. We don't know what's wrong with the world. We don't know. We don't know nothing. Y'all can't leave us alone. You can't leave us alone. So all you people in the room right now, y'all can think whatever you think or act however you act. Me, all I know is tomorrow there's another battle. And the day after that, there's going to be another battle. And next week, there's going to be another battle. And next month, there's going to be another battle. And next year, there's going to be another battle. So if you leave the room right now on some petty shit, then you ain't never going to win. Ever. And we all going to be slaves because I'm going to be the only one standing against all these fucking people. Like I usually am. I'm just saying. Salute to you. Don't forget to subscribe and peace out.